All right, welcome back to the channel, talkSPORT's dedicated NFL YouTube channel, talkSPORT Endzone, and this Monday night. And to be honest, I'm relatively sure our Sunday night football game in Week 18 as well will be featuring the Detroit Lions, still heading for that number one seed in the NFC. And I'm delighted to say that joining the show right now, defensive tackle, although he's been playing all over that line, Levi Onwuzurike is with us. Levi, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. What about you, Will?
Yeah, very well, man. Thank you. Very well indeed. Merry Christmas belatedly. You get the extra day this week. Have you managed to spend a little bit of time, actually get to enjoy the holidays a bit?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. We had yesterday off for the first time in however many years, so it felt good to be home.
I can't imagine a Dan Campbell side ever taking a day off at all, let alone.
I was surprised, too. I was thinking maybe we'd have a half day. We'd get the morning and then come in, but he took care of us.
Yeah, absolutely love that, man. Absolutely love that. Look, what are the vibes around the building right now, going into these last 2 weeks, knowing that your destiny's in your own hands, 2 wins, and you get that one seed, that home field advantage, everything that goes along with that?
I mean, we're just taking it one day at a time, one game at a time. I think the vibes are just, all right, let's practice, let's figure out our game plan, and then let's go execute on Sunday or Monday when we play.
Yeah, well, exactly. And traveling across the country to go to San Francisco, we will talk about that. But uh, from the perspective of the defense, all of the injuries, all of the adversity you guys have faced this year, we see your IR list and it's practically a starting 11. But you've come back in over the last 2-3 games, really started to flash and show out yourself. So how have you felt going into that unit, considering there's been so much focus on all those injuries and potentially all the losses you've had?
Oh, I feel good. I mean, if you've watched us since training camp, there's guys or whatever. Y'all want to call them backups, we just call them players over here. But there's guys who've shown flashes and who've been handling business from whether they're from the Peace Squad or from training camp. So I don't think any of us have the expectation of, it's going to be harder this week. No, we've seen what everybody can do. Everybody can handle business. So it's just next man up.
Talk to us what it's like playing for Aaron Glenn.
Oh, I love I love playing for AG. I mean, he's so creative, but yet the game is simple for us. He makes things simple. It's not an overcomplicated game, but if you look at it, it is complicated. Somebody from outside would say it's complicated, but I mean, it's just the game moves smoothly. He always has a great game plan for us. I mean, it's fun playing for AG.
I think it was just before you were back, but I was watching back some tape from the Colts game, and there was a red zone play where he dropped both tackles into coverage and brought, I think Jack Campbell came on like a delayed blitz. And you're just like, this is what I'm saying. You're saying, oh, it's really simple. From the outside, it looks like it's not at all. Is it fun to play in a system where you get to do just so much different stuff?
Without a doubt. I mean, I've got a couple of drops myself this year, and I mean, it's just fun, doing stuff you've never really done, in your football career. So, and as long as we put our minds to it and learn it, you can play any position on that line. I could probably step back there playing linebacker with all the knowledge I got. So, it's good.
Do you feel a little bit like, actually the injuries have opened up opportunity for you? We know, for example, Zadarius Smith coming in on that line is a guy who already we know plays inside, plays out. And I love that he's come in. There was so much focus on Aiden going down that it was like, oh, it's like they're going to use him almost like an Aiden Hutchinson replacement. They've not at all. They've used him like Zadarius Smith. But for you, getting a chance to line up a bunch of snaps at the end this past weekend against the Bears and some good pressure from out there, like how much do you think you've had opportunities open up to do more stuff because of that?
I don't know if it's necessarily more opportunity. I feel like even before everybody got hurt, they were moving me around a lot. I was playing on the edge with Aiden when he was here. So it still feels the same, to be honest. There's really no change. I've been moving around since game one. So
And from the perspective, we hear a lot about it with Dan Campbell, with Aaron Glenn. Obviously, Ben Johnson on the other side doesn't come from the background, but you look through the rest of the staff, you look through the pass game coordinators, the backs coach, everything else. So many former players in your building. Do you think that has affected the way you guys are coached, the way you guys approach it, the communication in the building at all?
oh yeah, 100%. I mean, there's a mutual respect because they know what we went through, and we know what they went through. So they understand how to how to operate, whether it's within practice, whether it's within meetings. They understand, and sometimes they'll be like, "Hey, we're gonna have a hard practice this day, but we need this." everybody truly understands because they've been through that, so they know what we need, and we can really trust them with that. So yeah, there's for sure that connect, that player coach player connection.
And how important for you guys is it, this idea of your identity as well? And you know, a lot of people talk about it, particularly on the offensive side, with, you know, the aggression, the going for it on fourth downs, all those things. But on the defensive side, the thing I've noticed is this kind of just complete unwillingness to drop how much man you guys play, how much one-on-one you guys play, considering all those injuries. Quite often that would be the reaction, but the next man up mentality seems to be, no, we're going to be who we are, and somebody will step in and play that role.
Yeah, without a doubt, we're not changing nothing. I mean, we're going to be as aggressive as we are. You know, we got corners who are going to challenge, and they say it all the time. And if you talk to any of our corners, you know, they'll back it up. They know who they are, and they know they'll handle business. So I mean, we're going to play our brand of football, no matter who's in. And I think the guys that understand that are the guys on the field.
You said about you feel like you could play linebacker with your knowledge, and obviously you're a guy who seems to watch the whole defense. What do you make of the defensive backroom? Amik Robinson really standing out in the last few weeks. Obviously Terrian growing into the role as a rookie, and then Brian Branch, who might be, you know, in what, year two, one of the best in his position in the league.
Man, I mean, starting with Amik, I know he was telling me 2 weeks ago, he was like, you know, I think they should put me at corner and let me play corner because, you know, CD was out. He was like, they need to put me at corner. And I'm like, probably they need to. So it's like these guys are already thinking, you know, they're already trying they're already trying to put themselves ahead, and like they're already making plays in their head. They have confidence. They can play around. I mean, TA, that's a young guy with confidence, and you see he's been getting better every week. So, and then Branch and Kirby back there, plus Iffy. I mean, it's kind of unfair, you know.
Yeah, from my perspective, like, I think on the day when you lost both Carlton Davis and obviously me on the front of the line as well, like, that was the first time where I really felt like, with Aleem going down as well, like, man, can they keep overcoming this? Like, can they keep losing these guys who are like all Pro Bowl level guys? Do you guys feel like, you know, the next 2 weeks, Packers, Vikings, and then a playoff run, which is undoubtedly going to see you go up against some big offenses? Do you guys feel like you can, in the playoffs, be restricting teams to 24 points, to 28 points, whatever it needs to be for your offense to do that job?
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think these next 2 weeks are critical to us figuring out how we do that. One, how we do that, and two, like how aggressively we play. You know what I'm saying? So I think these next 2 weeks, yeah, I mean, well, once we handle business this week and the next week, you know, we'll see what we got.
What have you seen from San Francisco on tape this week? A team who obviously themselves are banged up, but we know what their offense can do when they're purring. Like, excited to go up against this unit?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of formations from them, a lot of different personnels from them. And then on top of that, you know, this isn't a team that's gonna quit because they're not in the playoffs. They play hard, you know. 85 plays hard, Debo plays hard, O line plays hard. So I've seen a lot of, no matter what the situation is, I've been seeing them work when we're watching film. So I mean, we got to bring our A game.
Yeah, I mean, if you do find yourself dropping into coverage this week, who knows who you're covering? That's the point. Like, they've got so many guys who can be so multiple and from so many different looks. Like, you might find yourself on a fullback, you might find yourself on Debo, like you say, it could be anybody.
Yeah, just got to figure it out.
Love that, man. Absolutely love that. And look, looking forward just to that last game season. Could be for the number one seed, could be for the division when you face the Vikings in week 18. I know you guys are talking about 1 week at a time, but from your perspective, you came into a Lions squad in 2021 that had that really difficult last, 20, 25 years, really. The growth under Dan Campbell, like, how big is it for you guys knowing that you're in the game of the season potentially, you're fancied for the playoffs, you're favorites for the Super Bowls, like, all those things are now true about the Detroit Lions?
I mean, it 100% feels good, and I think everything we've been through, most of us have grown together on this team. I mean, it's been 4 years, and it's about the same people on the team. So I think we got to use that. We got to use that growth and that maturity and that relationship we built with each other, and we got to apply that to the game. And I think we can make a lot of things come true if we just focus on that.
And look, you came in the same year as Coach Campbell. What is your relationship with Dan like, and how do you consider him as a man, as a coach?
A good relationship. I love Coach Campbell. I mean, when we need to get stuff done, we get it done. But he's always smiling. He's always having fun with us. We got a great relationship with him, and I mean, he expects more out of us at all times. He wants to see us do great things, every individual player. So it's great to have a coach like that. 100%.
And I think finally, like a lot of us look at the vibe from the outside. You get those locker room videos nowadays. We're getting to follow along with you guys on social media, etc. We see what the camaraderie is like, but you're getting a guy coming into your locker room, coming out of retirement in Teddy Bridgewater. There's been a lot of buzz about over the last couple of days. I don't know if you've managed to speak with him or spend any time with him yet, but a guy like that, who is considered one of the great locker room guys in the league, coming into that room can only be another boost for you.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, everybody loves Teddy, especially when we saw him roll in with his luggage. Everybody was happy for him to be here. I mean, well, you just got a guy that has a good personality and can play ball. I mean, it's just good to have him. Good to have him here.
Love it. Look, we really appreciate your time, man, Levi. Really, best of luck for Monday in San Francisco. Again, live on talkSPORT Monday night, and then I mean, I'm putting you into Sunday Night Football immediately because I'm just, if that's not for the 1 seed, I think the world will be stunned. But what a game to finish the season! Who had Lions Vikings for the 1 seed as their Week 18 matchup? I don't think a lot of people going into the year, but I love that you're in that position, and that we really appreciate your time, man.
Appreciate you, Will.